Hey guys, today we are back with some more Bleach. We are continuing with the manga. And I was thinking instead of 10 chapters, I'm going to do 5 because it'll be a shorter video and it'll be easier for me to upload. But this does mean I will be doing 2 manga videos per week to equal that 10 chapters. Last time we left off with Ichigo versus Kyuuge. And you know, the introduction to the Volstand dig. You know, Ichigo doesn't even know what's going on right now. He's kind of surprised by that fact. And so far, Core 1 is fairly similar. We saw Chojo's funeral, which was something that was excluded from the anime, which I really wish was, incorporated, because what an impactful moment it was. It was beautiful to hear the speech from Byakuya and all. And, you know, it just really kind of showed another side from the Shinigami, and especially Yamamoto, because I feel like we've never really seen that emotion out of him, you know, that sadness. But let's jump right into it. Alright, starting back with Orihime and Sado. Orihime's protecting all of these Arankars that have fallen. Something strange, I don't feel any spirit particle shockwave. I don't even sense any Ryatsu. And here we got Kyuuge in that Volstand dig form, which I thought looked super dope, especially that light blue color. In the anime, they did it so good, just showing like the reflection off Ichigo's face, and I don't know, it was just such a beautiful color to see. Yeah, he got the Rick Owens on. Come on, stop playing with him. Do you feel it? The pulse of my power. I really love these shots out of Kubo. Like, we already saw a shot similar to this with the, Osgyaro Eburn behind Ichigo, but, Ichigo in shock with the opponent right behind him. Come on. Kyuuge got a diamond pickaxe in his hand. He looks tough. Oh my gosh, I love those panels. Yeah, look at the shock, the impact lines, all of it. The power of the one who will punish you. Pause. But I know what you're saying. Quincy, let's still? Is that how you say it? I had heard that name once from Urahara-san. As always, he avoided telling me where he got his information from. Yeah, who is his dealer? How does he get that info? But I remember clearly what he said. This is something you better be off knowing. That was how he began. I'm sure you remember that Ishida-san lost his Quincy abilities at one point. Well, this was the cause. So that was the fight with Mayuri. The samurai glove, an artifact with the ability to disperse spirit particles. It acts as a form of restraint for a Quincy, whose power comes from absorbing the spirit particles around him. So he's just kind of giving him like the background behind it. That is the Quincy Let's Still. And I'm not gonna lie, that boy Ashida, when he was fighting Mayuri, he was in his bag. He was cooking him. But while this is the greatest power a Quincy can unleash, it is also its last. A Quincy who makes use of this last resort will quickly use up all the power he possesses and lose his abilities forever. Is this the same thing? Is this the power this guy is using right now? The same power Urahara-san told me about? No, it is not. You seem to be a little confused. And they are boxing while having this little combo, of course. Allow me to summarize what you are thinking and provide you with an answer. No, it's not the same. I really rock with Kyuuge's shades, like this little like red tint to it, and then his eyes, it reminds me of the Rinnegan, you know, from Naruto. And he's getting slammed while he giving him a little lesson, you know. The Quincy let's still, I keep on saying that wrong, it's just making me cringe. The power which you are familiar with is a relic of the past. The very notion of it was abandoned around 200 years ago due to its inherent fragility. Fragility. How am I college? I can't even say that word. Okay. The only Quincy foolish enough to retain an attachment to that old relic was Ishida, the man who rejected our studies and the evolution that we achieved. The power you know and the Quincy Volstand dig that you see now are as different as heaven and earth, which him saying that he really thinks the Volstand dig is way above the old relic. But I think this is a moment to remember, because Ashida, he's kind of like an OG Quincy, I like to say, right? Because he's got that old relic. And I think this is going to put him in a potential way above the Sterns. since he's got that OG Quincy in him, I think he'll be way above him. Maybe I'm mistaken on that, but I feel like he has some heavy potential that we don't know about. Like, come on. I'm pretty sure that ability that yhwach got out of the cage with was his. And think about it. They're, like, all the top Sterns are in Senjumaru's bankai. I think he's going to be a big factor in them actually getting out. Right now, it looks like damn near impossible. But how will a bankai take out, I think it's 7 of the strongest Quincy's in the moment? There's just no shot, because then yhwach is going to be the only one left. Like, it's just no way. I think Ishida is going to play a factor in actually getting him out of that crazy ass bankai. Yeah, they throwing down some more. I love the impact lines. Come on. Ichigo's definitely feeling that power boost. Okay, I don't really care about your tired old stories, but it sounds like this power isn't the same as Ishida's. He really was not there for the Yap Fest. He said, just, dumb it down for me. That's a relief. If Ishida transformed into a creepy form like yours, I think I might accidentally slice him up. I mean, I think the form's kind of hard. It's just, we're talking creepy. Whenever he goes into that next step where he starts absorbing everything, that's when it gets creepy. Your blade's getting a little weaker there. Gets a good tensho. When in doubt, just throw a gets a good tensho. And I guess now it is the Getsuga Juji show, which is definitely doing a lot more damage. Dear me. Like, come on, this, European lingo, that fancy ass lingo he talking. Have you ever considered the concept of aiming your attacks? I mean, I feel like he'd just be throwing that bitch. I don't know what's wrong with my voice right now, but yeah, he'd just be throwing the Getsugas just to throw it, just to get the opponent off of him. And in the heat of this moment, seeing this in the anime where he had the blade on his neck, Kyoge was definitely feeling himself. He was on one. Though, even if you were to do so, I have no weaknesses for you to target. He thinks he's in that perfect form right now. Creepy, did you say? Is that what you think of this form of mine? He said, creepy, let me show you creepy. That is the correct reaction. In the 4 eyes of any twisted and barbaric Shinigami. Deface the ultimate enforcers of all that is holy and righteous, must be an abhorrent and terrifying sight indeed. And here we go, he's about to cook. And here he is absorbing everything, all the spirit particles. The trees, the sand, the rocks, and the buildings, everything in Hueco Mundo is form of spirit particles is being drawn towards him. Of course, this explains why I didn't feel any spirit particle shockwave before. To a Quincy, spirit particles aren't something to be emitted, they're something to be absorbed. And all the more so if their power has been perfected to this level. And yeah, don't get me wrong, like with the Volstan digs, the Quincy's have definitely made a bunch of improvements, so whenever they fought once again against the Shinigami, they wouldn't fail. Like, think about it. Even when they steal Bankai, Urahara and Mayuri figured something to get the Bankai back, right? But, the Sterns lose the Bankai, they just got Volstan dig right behind it. I feel like they really prepared heavily with the countermeasures. So, right now, Core 1, Shinigami got slammed. Core 2, Shinigami definitely evened it out, I would say. But I still feel like the Sterns have that edge. But, with Squad 0 and Senjumaru's Bankai, you could say like Shinigami's are like right here. Just because Squad 0 definitely took care of, the Royal Guard, Yhwach, all of that. So, yeah, I don't know. I think we're about to witness a heavy bounce back from the Quincy's. Now feel the force of my strength, the power of my Volstan dig. V-scale. And then here we go. Oh, he got boomed. This is Aeon, bruh. Heavy ass hands. Look at that shit. Took off the shades. Nah, man. What in the world is that beast? Forgotten about us. Had you thought we were out of the fight, I did warn you not to take us lightly. Time to show This plumpiest four-eyed monkey, just what you're made of. Aeon was diffy, bruh. He was diffy, but I really do like the traits best because, you know, they just bring, like, you know, emotion to a fight, and they're hella funny. Here we go, Aeon, going crazy. What are you looking at us for? It's not as if the beast could actually be concerned about us. You don't need to worry about us, just go. So it's looking like he's showing a little care to them, you know, making sure they're good. And then, here we go, beast mode. It's game time. What is he? Oh, they didn't see him, so I guess Gotai 13 was the ones that were fighting Aeon, like Yamamoto and all of them. I guess they were in Hueco Mundo still in that arc. So this is their first time actually seeing him. Aeon is the monster created from a fusion of our 3 left arms. He ain't short on power, but he ain't smart enough to pick his targets either. It ain't you we're picking a fight with this time, so take my advice and run for your lives if you don't want to lose them. Shinigami. I really do like how, you know, of course they were beefing in the past, but now they have kind of came together as, you know, comrades. And then he's just leaping, bruh. he knows nothing but to take out this goddamn Quincy. My Volsende could not possibly fall at the hands of such a... And he's just getting tossed around. He's getting bitched. Worthless idiots. This isn't where you're stationed, is it? 6C, Kajumaru is over there, so hurry up and get moving. Yes, sir. He was pretty mad with us, Shina-san. Yeah, I couldn't... yeah, I could kind of tell. It's your fault for picking the worst time to go to the toilet, bruh. It's always his fault. God damn it, bro. I feel like I'm just an L reader, bruh. Shino-san, there's something that's been confusing me for a while. What is it now? Why exactly do we have to fight against the Quincy? Did this guy, like, was he sleeping in the history lectures or something? The heck are you talking about? They're the ones who came and declared war on us, remember? Exactly. That's not what I mean. The hell do you mean that? Shino-san's on timing, but she is valid. Like, what is this motherfucker talking about? I understand that they declared war on us. But what I don't understand is why the Shinigami and the Quincy are enemies with each other in the first place. After all, we both have the same goal of defeating Hollows. But, I mean, you know, it's just 2 different ways. You know, Quincy's completely eliminated them. It's just for the balance and all. I had heard rumors that these details had all disappeared from the curriculum. Oh, okay, so honestly, it's not his fault. They don't really even talk about it no more. At the academy in the recent years, but it seems like they were true. Aizen clone is here. Hidetomo. And, you know, it's actually funny. There's 3 Aizens in this show. We got Hidetomo, you know, the OG godly Aizen. And then we got Askin Nakalevar, bro, which he is a god over there on the Quincy side. I would love to see, like, some type of fight between those 2. I feel like it would just be a funny-ass fight, but in my head, I'd be like, I would think they would say, like, oh, you look a lot like me, but they're not gonna say that shit. It's just, like, the viewers that see that. I mean, I don't think so, at least. You know, 60, Kajumaru. I sincerely apologize for our lateness arriving at our battle stations. No, that's fine. The alarm still hasn't sounded, so let me fill you in a little. The biggest difference between Shinigami and Quincy is the methods they use to defeat Hollows. Shinigami defeat Hollows by purifying them, sending their souls to Soul Society. Quincy, on the other hand, destroy Hollows outright, their souls included. Hearing this kind of reminds me of a thought I had in the past, like, especially when we heard Aizen's speech whenever he was getting, like, completely sealed with Urahara and Ichigo. Like, of course we follow the story of the Shinigami, so they look like the good guys, but are they really the good guys? Like, Soul Society definitely has its faults and it is heavily corrupted, so I feel like in this show there isn't really a distinct good guy. Because, you know, Aizen is a very sophisticated individual. Why would he be going against the Soul King? There's gotta be something that's up. Yuoba, another person on the opposing side, of course, so, you know, I guess you could say, like, he's an enemy, of course he's gonna go against the Soul King. But, you know, they have their reasonings. So, you know, the Shinigami aren't too good themselves. So I'm very excited to see, or I guess like see in the ending of this show, who I think is really the good guy. Or maybe I'll just be, you know, in that middle ground saying like, you know, everyone has a reasoning for what they've done. You know, I can't really say someone's good or bad, to be fair. You are aware, I assume, that in ancient times, Shinigami were known as balancers. Well, that name represents the essence of our true calling. The supply of souls in soul society and in the human world is always maintained at a careful balance, and these two supplies of souls are kept apart from one another by the boundary realm we call bankai. If this boundary were not in place, the balance of souls will crumble, leading to the collapse of both worlds. We as Shinigami send souls from soul society to the human world as living creatures, while guiding all souls of the dead without discrimination back to soul society. In this way, we are able to monitor the supply of souls in each world and maintain the all-important balance. This is the reason why we Shinigami exist, and the Quincy represented a grave threat to that balance, which we learn more. And yeah, you know, I forgot, I think Urahara and them were like kind of, in my Yuri, were kind of elaborating on the whole hollow situation. And it almost made me kind of feel bad for the Quincy's, because they're just trying to play their life too. And they kind of get portrayed as the villains because, you know, the Shinigami and Quincy's couldn't make that agreement. The Quincy annihilates souls that have transformed into hollows, destroying them completely. Each time this happens, it means that a soul that was sent into the human world never returns to soul society. It results in the balance of souls continuously shifting in favor of the human world. I feel like I'm like a teacher in the front of the class, like reading a story right now. It's like a story time. If we allow this to continue, the balance of souls will eventually crumble. Soul society will collapse into the human world, causing the complete destruction of both. So yeah, I guess you could say, I probably said this like 3 times, but like Soul Society and, you know, the Quincy's, Shinigami Quincy's, they're both just trying to play their life. And of course, they just clash with how they do it. In order to prevent this outcome, Soul Society approached the Quincy many times and attempted to reason with them. Exactly, this right here. But our appeals were always rejected. See, you know, SS tried to like work with them, but it didn't work in all. But I think the compromise the Shinigami brought was maybe corrupted, but hopefully he explains that part. The Shinigami continued to approach the Quincy and attempt to make negotiations many times, even as the conflict descended into violent opposition. But the Quincy refused to change their stance, and the situation continued to proceed in the direction of inevitable collapse, until finally, after a long and strenuous oh my god, bro, I don't know, I'm in college, period of heated debate, 200 years ago, the Quincy extermination operation was finally carried out. Okay, let's see. So of course they were refusing, which was affecting the Shinigami because they just kept on killing off hollows to save their life. But this whole extermination was fucking absurd. Like, they literally caused a genocide to the Quincy's, which was just like that's like too far. Our ideals are incompatible, and the grudge that stems from our extermination of that kind can never be erased from Shinigami and Quincy alike. There is no path left but bitter conflict. Do you see now, Officer Yuki? May I ask one more thing? In this conflict, are the Shinigami on the side of justice? If only one side were clearly on the side of justice, we would refer to this as self-defense. Like, yeah, exactly. But this is war. And he's still getting ass whooping from Aeon. War refers to a conflict in which both sides fight for justice. Honestly, beautifully said by Hidetomo, bro. I can't believe he got shit on so quick. I was low-key expecting him to be crazy just because, you know, he kind of looked like Aizen, you know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, look at Askin Naklevar. He a part of the Royal Guard and he badass, but they just did this man dirty. And he had that shit on, you know? He looked hard. Yeah, Aeon, he's just ragdolling him. Or Yume is going through it. She's like, what the fuck am I watching? This is too much. He's going too far. Oh dear, what is this now? Did we overdo it a little? You're a toughie, though I'll give you that. I'm impressed that your body's still recognizable after all that. And then, boom! Straight to the chest. You know? A little cocky, too early. And yeah. This level of strength was not mentioned in the reports. I will have to send this to His Majesty, recommending a slight blue intensity adjustment. So basically, I think that's like the armor they got, right? And yeah, his neck was literally leaning, bruh. He should have been dead. Snap that shit back in place. He good as new. But before I do that, I think it is time for you to swiftly die. And then he just absorbed that motherfucker. The first to die, I think, should be this unsightly monster, or perhaps I should say the first to live. Aeon, wait, stay back, and yeah, he's just getting completely absorbed. Dude, literally made him bones, a corpse. That's just absurd that he was able to do something to something so strong. Sclaverai. Achieved by perfecting the basic Quincy ability of gathering spirit particles to the highest degree, it allows the user complete control over foreign spirit particles. If possible, I would have preferred not to use it. And yeah, this is where he turns into a very disgusting Hulk right here. It seems such a shame for my holy wings to be tainted by this wicked beast. And bro, he looked amazing in his like Volstandig form. This shit just made him look ew, bruh. He looks chopped. And then they said, okay, I think we're gonna run now. We need to get the fuck out of here. And they're moving from the scene. He's just causing destruction over here. So you have hidden yourselves. I suppose beasts do tend to have a sense for danger. Just so you know, we didn't do this to help you. I don't know who you people are, but you seem to have some pretty powerful Ryatsu. If you got absorbed by him, it would be a pain for us. That's all. Hang on. You're that princess that Aizen abducted. The hell are you doing back here in Hueco Amelia Rose, we can inquire about her circumstances later. For the moment, we should be worrying about the irritating ability that man has. In Hueco and indeed Soul Society, anything and everything is formed out of spirit particles. That even includes our own bodies. So honestly, they're in a very like a pickle right here. They just need a bounce. His ability seems to be indiscriminately absorb those very particles. How can we hope to defeat such an opponent? Don't worry, you got the MC on your side. My Muda shell is compromised of the form of optical camouflage together with a Ryatsu barrier that makes it impossible for the enemy to detect our location. So they're just trying to hide, get out of here, you know, flee the scene. However, you have failed to take that account, the sheer difference in the power between us. Once again, that scene with the opposition behind them with the shock on the face. I love it, man. And then the sly little side eye, just in shock. I love it, bro. It's so good. So everyone's feeling it. Man, dude, this is probably the biggest I've seen Asato's eyes open. Like, I feel like he's never in shock. Each time I witness my victim struggling in vain, the same thought occurs to me anew. Can the death of the weak truly be so wretched a sight? It pains me to watch. Hurry up and die. He's just trying to make it quick. Bang! Ichigo is unfazed. You know, he had to leave a little bit, get a little breather, but he is back to go crazy. Bankai! If I destroy that disc on your head, you can't use your spirit particle domination ability anymore, right? Dude, Ichigo looks so good in the manga. Like, the art, he looks phenomenal, bro. He looks amazing. Just because you realize that fact should not have made it a simple task to carry out. You truly are a difficult one. Light of happiness. Bleach 493. There's no need to get tense just yet. During the previous invasion, most of the damage was restricted to the area around. In other words, the enemy is invading through Soul Society's gates. When they arrive, I'm sure we will hear advance warning from at least one of the 4 gate posts. Oh, I see a very logical judgment. I really love this shot. I think it's about to show it where, you know, you just see Yuaba fly in the air just looking over Soul Society. That is one of the best scenes in Bleach. Is that Quincy? When did he stay calm? He's a long way up in the air. He still beyond the surrounding barrier. Come on, bro. They got the shadow technique. They don't know about it. Only Yama does. He can't do anything to us from there. No. He's already within the barrier, and this is where all hell breaks loose. Look at my man Hidetomo. The shading on his face, it just shows despair is on the way. Conflict is always such a bitter affair. Look at that man's face. He about to cause havoc. Look at all those beams. Come on. And then we got a shot of all Gotai 13, all the captains. That's so sick, bro. They look tough. What's going on in enemy attack? Okay, here all the lieutenants are out. What the hell is all of this? Yeah, imagine opening the door and you just see all of this shit. Bro, I'd be panicking. Pillars of light. No, those aren't made of light. They're pillars of blue fire. Each individual pillar is filled with an incredible density of spirit particles. Just how many of them are there? Okay, Rukia on the move. Where are you going, Lieutenant? To the base of those pillars. If my suspicions are correct, there should be a high-level enemy warrior at the bottom of each pillar. She was standing on business. Like, even though she, you know, she wasn't that strong in this moment, right? This was before, you know, she got that bankai on timing. But, you know, you got respect. She's doing her lieutenant duty, and she's like, I gotta protect society. Yama, the wind blowing. He just overlooking everything from the office where a big hole was made. I remember seeing this in the anime. What a shot this was also. Phenomenal, bro. I must leave you. Stay behind and protect this place. And then we got Okikiba, which was his 3rd seat. Now his lieutenant. Here we go. Spirit particle analysis team. Are you still not done? I'm very sorry. The spirit particle density is so high. It's throwing off our instruments. So it's just too much to read. You think they must be inside those pillars, Riku? Indeed. Okay, so this is 3rd seed. We did not see this guy at all. I see there's no other reasonable conclusion. Oh, we're seeing a lot of people right here in the 3rd division. I wish they'd hurry up and show themselves. I'm getting so bored here, I might start yawning. You know, he's talking crazy. When they showed their faces, it was not pretty. It was not pretty, my boy. I hope that enemy emerges while you're yawning. And you bite your tongue in surprise. Worthless monkey. I mean, you know, I guess your wish came true, if we're gonna be honest. And why is this guy a Shinigami, bro? Asuka? Bro, he should be a model. You picked the wrong profession. Ryatsu identified. Confirmed as a 93% match with existing Ryatsu samples. It's a Quincy, so that was a confirmation. I mean, honestly, I could have confirmed that was a Quincy, bro. Who else would it be? I guess, okay, technically they're all under the loop. The only one that knows about the Quincy was Chojuro and Yama. I see him attack. Here we go. This was crazy. This dude got one-shotted right away. Like Kira, this was the guy that was like so badass in the Arrancar arc when he took out I forgot, you know, the Fracciones or whatever, right? He was hella badass. I was honestly looking forward to seeing him just because he was just like so cold-blooded. And his Zanpakuto is pretty cool how he kind of like beheads him, which is crazy, but like I feel like it fits his personality super well. And yeah, this was just absurd, but I swear it was not a beam of light. I swear it was Baz B's like fireball that did this to him, but let's see. Yeah, so they're just in shock after witnessing that surprise attack. How filthy. Release your Shikai, everyone. Don't let them get away. Yes, sir. And all of these guys, they were going crazy just to get bodied. Like, damn. And then we got Baz B. This is Driscoll. And I don't... Tremble in fear, Shinigami Vermin. Your lives are about to be purged by the Sternritter. I love when there's such an impactful sentence like this. They give a shot of all the opposing side, like all the Shinigami right here, you know, running to the scene. It's just so cool. But yeah, it looks like this one, yeah, I swear Baz B was the one that finished off Kira, but in this is a little different. I thought it was a fireball. Maybe I'm just completely mistaken by that. Within SS, we're reading enemy Ryatsu signals in at least 16 different locations. You know, they're getting pushed from every direction. So yeah, he's just kind of giving a big report right here. 3rd Division, Kira has disappeared. And let's go back to Kira 1 second. The fact that he died that quick as a lieutenant is crazy. I would like to say he can make a comeback, but bro, look at him. Like, that's such a big hit. Like, it's in his stomach, his chest, all of it. Yeah, that's just insane. Like, that he got shit on that quick. And I feel like he still had a lot of potential we could have saw out of him. It's just tough, man. It's tough. How are you meant to even stand a chance? So, yeah, like, Quincy's, when they pulled up, yeah, like I was saying, it was completely one-sided. These Quincy's were not playing. They were hella strong. Like, they even had Byakuya on his deathbed, which, you know, I feel like everyone had a lot of mixed opinions on that moment. Which, I like that he lived because Byakuya is one of my favorite characters. But I do agree that ending would have been phenomenal if he died there. It would have been super impactful and all, but then we wouldn't have that moment with him and Rukia. Like, that shit almost made me tear up. So, honestly, Byakuya's death, potential death, I guess you could say now, could have went either way and I wouldn't even be mad at it. But I'm glad it did go in the way it did because I really enjoy watching Byakuya fight. Oh my god, what a shot. Look at yhwach, the smirk, you know, he knows all hell is breaking loose now. In District 3, okay, yeah, people falling, bodies falling, everyone's getting smoked right now. And here we go. This is Rose just hearing everything. It's time for him to step up. Comrades in front of him falling. Sounds like whatever news you just got, it wasn't good. This motherfucker. Who is this? Nah. Yeah, this is him. Somebody died. I see no reason to answer that. Oh, but there is. The Ryatsu just disappeared just now. Was over here at Baz B's at. They say it a little different. In the anime, they say Baz B. They say Baz Buys. Yeah, Baz Buys. If they're not dead, it means Baz B screwed up. I'm not saying that Baz buys shit, bro. Baz B. I guess it could still be Baz B here too. Just looks weird. Picking flaws in your own allies' work. Are you? That's hardly artistic. Watching over Izuru always provides me with the most remarkable inspiration. Just by holding a guitar in his presence, I find the melodies well up like tears unbidden. If Kira is gone, my flying V too will mourn. Sorry, man, I don't get any of this art stuff. Not to worry, you and that V whatever of yourself won't ever find this time to cry, because in 5 minutes you're gonna be dead. And come on, you know, this dude Rose is always about art, the music, all that. This man got piano tiles for teeth. It was kind of a perfect first fight or first interaction, you could say. It seems you truly are blind to art. What manner of guitar could fail to cry? When faced with the deaths of so many men, my guitar is already crying. I hope you don't expect to leave this place alive, Quincy. Gosh, bro, he speaks so, like, intelligently. I can't even talk like that, bro. I'm too dumb. Come on, Shinigami's getting body, bro. This was Asnod. This dude was terrifying. And especially his Volstan dick. That shit was a horror movie. I remember, I think it was Core 2 when he was fighting Rukia. Like, he was talking in one ear. Like, the audio engineering on that episode was phenomenal because you heard him talking in this ear and this ear. Like, it was just crazy. It was like he was literally here whispering in my ear. Shit was crazy. Sternritter F Asnod, like, those eyes have no light in them. It's like our attacks don't affect him at all, and everyone who gets hit with those shining spikes dies in an instant. Like, it just shows how much damage it does to these base level Shinigami. Why does everyone he kills keep screaming so much? I mean, that shit's gotta hurt, bro. Come on. Don't retreat. Hold your stations, all of you. And also the whole thing with his fear shrift. As members of the Gotai 13, our calling is not to protect our own lives, it is to cast our lives aside to protect Soul Society. See, at least we got one person that still got their head in the game, but to be fair, they're playing their life. I mean, you got the honor and respect, but you're gonna die right here, buddy. Like, I'm sorry to say. Alright, well said. And then Renji came to save the day. Shout out to him. So I guess he did get bailed out. Fall back and leave the rest to me. My man looks tough right here. He looks like he definitely gonna give Asnod problems. I don't know, like the wind's blowing, he looks hard, but that definitely was not the case. Jeez, cut in half. Holy, this is Bambietta. God, she's so bad. I need her, bro. She's fine. Komamura can't even see his eyes. He on demon time. And even such a young girl is amongst the rebel army forces. You even let stray dogs take on your captain position. Soul Society must be pretty short on manpower, huh? Violating off rip. This leap of faith with his Bindia Zanpakuto, bro. What is this guy? It's like my attacks aren't having the slightest effect. It is some special ability this guy has, which this is Blue Vein. The moment he blocked my attack, I saw some kind of pattern appear on his hand. Let's try upping the pace of my attacks a little. And I think the craziest thing we're about to see was whenever I think a rose petal or cherry blossom from Byakuya hit Asnod's eyes. You know, the most like fragile part of your body. And he just ate it with blue. That shit was disgusting. Oh my god. Master Masculine out of nowhere. And yeah, he gets fucking lobbed across Soul Society. Here we go. There's no need to continue cautiously observe, Renji, and there's no need to show mercy. Well said, Byakuya. These people seek to annihilate all of Soul Society without the slightest hesitation or remorse. They are enemies in the purest sense. The sophisticated dialogue from Byakuya. Cut them down with all your might. Bruh, that man looks fucking beautiful, bruh. I love this character, man. And yeah, that's where we're gonna stop. So now we have gotten to the point of the infiltration from the Quincy's taking on the Shinigami. And I'm very excited because I think in the next 5 we potentially will see, you know, the battering of Byakuya and all that. And we will see, I think Ichigo defeat Kyogre. We'll just have to see, but man, just seeing the panels, I keep on saying this, but it's just beautiful. Like, the art style of Kubo is just, mwah, like, unmatched. It's just so good. So, I'm very excited for the next episodes. I appreciate, or not episodes, next chapters. I appreciate all you guys for watching. I'll catch all of you in the next one. Peace out.